Welcome to the best podcast in the land with G, the #1 Cowboys fan, Hampton. Are you ready?
I like that. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? Is your guy, G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton. That's right. Numero uno. But then again, I said, yeah, I'm going to change that to G, the #1 Cowboy observer, Hampton. Give it up. I keep telling y'all, man, it's just easy. It's easy on my mentality when I'm an observer rather than a fan. A fan, I get caught up in the moment, and I get too caught up. So I become an observer to observe what goes on with our Cowboys, and then I report what I've observed with the Cowboy fan base. Okay, so how's everybody doing right now? I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend as we get ready. This is actually a Sunday. I'm doing this video. I'm bored. It's snowing outdoors. If you can see it right behind me in my room right here, see the snow coming down. Yeah, it's snowing. I'm up here on the 65th floor and stuff like that. Yeah, everything's going down, and I'm bunkered in. So I thought I'd get on here and just do a video. And I had the opportunity just kind of to do a little web surfing and just kind of see what's going on with the Cowboys. But again, we already know about the latest. The hire of our new defensive coordinator. Give it up. Again, I think it was a great move, going in a different direction, someone outside of the organization, bringing them in. I also heard that they're talking about bringing in, or at least interviewing, the linebackers coach from the Eagles. Hey, I'm just the messenger, so don't get mad at the messenger. But let me say this here. Everything that I report here is I never report anything for clickbait. These are researches and resources that I go out and find that I think that'd be valuable for the fan base. And again, I'm just the observer, and I voice my opinion. So just my opinion about what I report. So we'll just go from there. So but I'm unapologetic for everything that I say. I'm not apologetic for anything. So anyway, but I had an opportunity to run across this one article, man, and it caught my attention, when we're talking about this Cowboys football team and what's needed and how do we become better than last season. Again, here we are saying maybe next year. And really, like I said, I'm at the point where I'm just exhausted. So I'm looking out and looking across the web just to see what's out there that kind of, gets our attention and kind of make us say, But I ran across this one article. It was the story was by Katie Drummond. I got to definitely give credit where credit's due. Katie Drummond from the Cowboys Wire, from USA Today Touchdown Wire, wrote this article, and it got my attention. And basically, the title is, well, what I got is the debunking the myth why Dallas need wide receiver #1. That's what I said. Wide receiver #1, not number 2, #1. But this has everything to do with George Pickens. So he wrote this article, and the title is Cowboys 5 Options with Pickens, including trading star wide receiver. That's what Katie Drummond wrote about the situation with George Pickens. So so I kind of looked into this, and it's unbelievable that could be the possibility that could take place. But we know Dallas want Pickens, but what do they want him? Do they want him at any price? And I don't think so. If that was the case, we would have all these options. There's 5 options here. So I don't think they want him at just any price. So they got to come up with some options on how to keep him or what to do with him. So with that being said, man, George Pickens had a hell of a season this year. You know, people they have opinions about Pickens, but personally, I think he balled out, man. He definitely balled out. For the 2025 season, he had 93 receptions. He had 1,429 yards. He averaged 15.4 yards average, and he had 9 TDs. Give it up. We also got to remember, man, you know, Pickens had to step up when CD went down, man, and CD was down for a few games, and it was just a pleasant sight knowing that we had another number one receiver out there that was picking up the load for CD Lamb, which was our original number one receiver. Again, when you look at these two guys, you can't look at one as a number one and one as a number two. Both of these guys are number one, and right now. I don't think Jerry was expecting Pickens to turn out the way he did, but you know the proof is in the pudding, and now we're talking about options. Wait a minute. Now we're talking about options. So let's get into these options that Katie Drummond talked about, which has a lot of substance to it, and make us think about, you know, how do we make this happen? Hopefully, Jerry can come up with a answer, a solution on keeping him long term. I just really think there's no other receiver out there that plays like George Pickens. Even Randy Moss said if he had to pick anybody that resembled him, it would be George Pickens. So give it up one time. So Randy Moss said, and the guy he's a go-getter, man. So the first option is basically agree to terms with Pickens in the next 5 weeks. Yeah. So this generally gets things out the way so the organization can focus on other free agents and concentrate on the draft. So if we can do this within 5 weeks, we can have him taken care of and we move on. But now with that being said, that's going to take a lot in order to make that happen, because we know that David Mulugeta, he's going to be asking for some money, you know, and if he can't do it, somebody else will. So in order for that to happen, we know that Dallas and Jerry is going to have to do some restructuring of contracts. And sure enough, we know he's going to start with Dak's contract, and then maybe CD Lamb. So he's going to have to try to free up at least $60 million or more in order to, you know, get up under this salary cap in order to get Pickens on board. But that's one option. It's for us, you know, agree to terms within the next 5 weeks. So let's move on to option two. Option two is hit Pickens with a non-exclusive franchise tag. Okay. Now we want to know what are we talking about when we talking about the non-exclusive franchise tag. Well, that actually gives Dallas until March 9th to negotiate or allow his agent to shop him around. So if Dallas does not sign him to or negotiate with him at the deadline of March 9th, where David Mulugeta can come in and he can shop Pickens around to other teams. So, but the thing about that is the non-exclusive tag is an average based off the 5 top receivers, okay, in which that average is 28 million. Yeah, that's an average of 28 million. So, it depends on the length of the term that Dallas want to work on, you know. But again, this is the average, and basically with that, this gives him the leverage. Basically, this gives him the leverage to force the team to, well, force Cowboys to negotiate to free up space, and that makes sense. So he'll have till the 9th to, you know, either, you know, put this tag on him, or when I put something else down here, Cowboys will have to take on the whole 28 million once Pickens signs, but this could be his leverage to force the Cowboys to negotiate to free up space for other free agents. And that's so true. this is definitely what this could be a leverage for Pickens. But this is just one of the option, another option that the Cowboys could think about. Now we go to option 3, and that was the non-exclusive franchise tag. Then we move on to number 3, give Pickens the exclusive franchise tag. Okay, so what that means is picking the exclusive tag. This puts Dallas on the books until July 15th. If there's no agreement, Pickens has a choice to sit out or be tagged next year. So it's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation. So this just holds Pickens a little bit longer to July 15th without anything being done as far as just putting this tag on him. And my time season, we've seen this with Zeke Elliott. I think we've seen this with who else was that we've seen this with? But well, kind of, I think it was something with Dak as well. But we've seen this happen in the past where it gives these guys the option to play up under the franchise tag, or they sit out the whole. I'm trying to think who else what it was that actually waited to the last minute. I think they signed him, but he was considering sitting out. But yeah, this is an option 3, giving the exclusive franchise tag to George Pickens. But again, this only just draws out the time of this franchise tag being put on Pickens, and for him to decide what he wants to do. So you don't really don't want to drag this out to July 15th. You really don't, but you could. But again, by tying this up to July 15th, now this is money that can't be moved until you figure out what you're going to do with this guy. So yeah, so he has a choice to sit out or be tagged. So going down to option 4, tag Pickens and trade him. Yeah. So the tag and trade is Pickens signs a tender, and he also is eligible for trade. Now, what is offered? What could be offered is a trade compensation pick. They can agree to this between the two, the agent and the organization, to have Pickens traded to another organization if it's agreed on both sides. But I'm not really favorable of this option. I mean, you get a say for instance, okay, we're going to do a tag and trade, and you get a number 1. Well, what are you going to go get? Oh, I'm going to go get a hell of a receiver in the first round with that pick. Or I'm going to go get a hell of a tackle for that pick. Well, you already got 2 number 1. So what are you going to do? Take another number 1? And personally, I don't think you're going to find a player that's going to give you what George Pickens brings to the table. I really don't. And I know some people say, well, he's lazy and he takes plays off. Well, Amari Cooper did it. We've seen CeeDee Lamb a few times when things don't go his way. He shakes his head and he does all this. So it's not just Pickens. We've seen it with Amari Cooper. We've seen it with Michael Gallup. We've seen it with George Pickens. We've seen it with CeeDee Lamb. So I think that's something bigger than what we're looking at. But again, the proof is in the numbers. But I wouldn't want to go this route, is do a tag and trade. Especially when you got 1,000-yard receivers on each side of the field, man. That's a weapon that you don't want to see leave the organization. Then you get down to option 5. Allow Pickens to enter free agency unobstructed. Stop it. Ain't no way. Now, you ain't going to do that. That's just like me giving away my car without even just, unless it's, got my car sitting out in the driveway, I'm just going to give it away. There had to be some compensation. You don't just let a player like that with over 1,000, 1,400 yards just walk. So option 5 should be option 10, if you ask me. Give it up. But these are the options that KD Drummond came up with, and I thought it was real interesting that he put these down here. In which these are true statements. These are true things that could take place with Dallas, and which option will they choose in order to make this happen? or do what's best for the team. But personally, man, I really think, man, that they need to try to work out a way to keep Pickens and also try to get Javonte Williams back as their running back as well, man. I mean, this offense was definitely moving in the right direction. We had some shortcomings, but wasn't bad for what we saw, what this offense is capable of doing. So hopefully Jared figures out a way that he can make this happen. I would love to have George Pickens here for a long period of time. I really, really would. I really would. I think this opportunity for the Cowboys to be better than last season. And I really think if they do everything right, like they supposed to, and allow Schottenheimer to pick his staff and do the things that he needs to do and get some of those talking heads out of the way and build this team like a football team should be built and create an identity for this football team, because I really and truly, I don't know if we have an identity. I'm still trying to figure out what is our identity. We didn't have an identity since Tank Lawrence called us the Hot Boys. We were the Hot Boys, and I can go with that. But again, when you really look into it, what is the identity of this football team? And we got to find. I look at the 49ers, they come out with the big boom box, and that's just they swag. They had a boom box and they jamming and they doing their thing, so everybody got some type of identity of what they're made of and what they believe in. So hopefully we can get there and we'll allow Schottenheimer to build this team the way he wants to build it, that it will be better. And again, personally, guys, 2026 is all or nothing. I'm sorry. It's all or nothing. I'm at the point where I'm tired of saying maybe next year, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on here and kind of just hang out with you guys. It's cold around here. It's been snowing, and I'm not going. It's like 9 degrees outside, if I'm not mistaken. Took the dogs out, brought them back in. Still got my PJs on. Y'all can't see, but I got my PJs on. Ain't planning on doing much or nothing. Go get ready to watch this game. But anyway, man, thank y'all for stopping through, man. Again, like I always say, man, without you guys, man, this is totally impossible. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that take our time to support the channel, the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Thank you guys for your comments and sharing the videos and, stopping in on our live on What's Up Wednesday. Right now, again, like I say, I'm not just going to be posting anything just to be posting anything, but I'm looking for things, substance. Okay. That's what we're looking for, substance. So you'll see me on and off. I don't know if we're going to be doing any lives right now, because I don't know if it's necessary, but we're going to definitely continue to report what goes on with this Dallas Cowboys team and specifically looking at this defense and see who Christian CP brings in for his coaching staff. So that's what we're going to be focusing on as well. So again, guys, thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. I took up enough of your time. I'm going to call it a day, go back and kick back and pop one and enjoy the rest of these games. Like I always say, man, stay safe, continue to be blessed, and whatever you do, continue to be kind, because we need so much of it. Be kind to your neighbor. All right, deuces.
Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. The Cowboys Huddle Podcast.